Hello folks and welcome along to Red Arrows Racing, and we are here in the season 10 for round 12, the season finale here in Abu Dhabi, and right now it is all coming down to the wire as we have got in the standings. We've got Bennett on 201 points, we've got 172 points for San in second. And third we've got Yato on 147 points. On 143 points is Percival. Then we've got Matt Miles in fifth on 127. 107 points between Papi Geezer and Leslinki in sixth and seventh. In eighth is Karts on 104. On 100 points is Tenor, and Robbo is on 99 points. And that is the top 10, folks. So around this track, it's going to be a one-lap qualifying, then it's going to be a 10-lap sprint followed by a 29-lap race. We have 16 corners here at this 5.281 kilometre racetrack, or if you prefer that in miles, that's 3.281 in miles. Right now we are already getting going, and away we'll go on board with Piley right now, is coming into turn one. We'll get some of that data up, so everyone on soft tyres, rightfully so. Struggling there to get through. We've seen a couple of familiar names, Andrew Pipsmith there and Percival in from, I think that's WWR that I see from before, coming into turn number 5 now, getting around there quite nicely there. You want to make sure to open up and get the traction that you require on the exit, as it's a big long run down all the way into turn 6 before you're hard braking at that 100-metre board to fling the car to the left hand side and then to the right again to get around turns 6 and 7, and then all the way up to turn 9 where we end up seeing this corner getting changed. There used to be sort of triple chicane in the right angled left hander, but that is all gone, and now is much more flowing as you come into this hotel section. Absolutely beautiful as you come under here, and it was quite a spectacle, especially when it first came on the calendar back in 2009 on the 1st of November. That was when the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix first came on the calendar. Looking on right now, it looks like Liam Esk has actually got that pole position, and will be starting in first to come the Sprint Grand Prix. So now a quick rundown. Liam S getting that pole position, the only one in the 123s, just under it by 2 thousandths of a second, 19 thousandths of a second behind him is Karts in that Williams. Then we've got Bennett in third, fourth for Scotty, Andrew Pipsmith in fifth, CJ in sixth, seventh for Gilles, and then we've got Leslinki, Sean Mick in 9th, 10th for Robbo, Percival in 11th, Chrissy in 12th, Piley in 13th, Soph in 14th, 15th, 14th, what the? Okay, right, so San and Steamed Weed are starting in 19th and 20th apparently, which we know is a bit of baloney really, to be honest, but yeah, we'll see how where they are actually starting come the actual Grand Prix in a few moments. It's a bit of an odd one, I will say. SLH says he got booted, hoping it lets him start at the back. Yeah, it should do anyway. It should let you just join back and jump back into your car, but you will have to end up waiting until the light's out. So here we go. We're going to be getting a formation lap. Yep, it seems that we are. So we're going to end up getting a formation lap. Yep, so he's going to be in 17th. You're going to be starting, so hopefully you can get back in the car Before then, having a look at the tyres, who is on what tyre? Everyone on them yellow walled Pirellis. So starting out on then medium tyres for this 10 lap sprint Grand Prix, and I want to tell you folks, it is going to be a belter of a Grand Prix. Don't want to be missing this. Looking on now, Liam Esk in that Red Bull, looking quite nicely. Not going to win the title, but is going to quite possibly end up winning the Sprint Grand Prix. Starting on that pole position, going up the closest to turn 1 at the start. I remember watching, actually racing alongside Liam a good few years ago in prior F1 games, when I did end up running the league myself. He was actually one of the drivers, and I think if I remember right, he was one of the drivers that did end up helping out quite a bit. So it's good to see him on track and be able to commentate on him again. And Andrew Pip Smith, also seen him in another league, I think it was WWR he's in also, unsure about that. But we've seen CJ Drama causing a bit of drama, and a few drivers actually being disqualified, and we'll be starting with not so roasty toasty tyres. So that's going to definitely become a disadvantage, and Robbo could possibly end up getting a good jump on the rest of them just up ahead. Now we wait as we see the rest of the drivers coming around the final corner to get lined up back on the grid again. And there we go, we see carts pointing that car right over to the right hand side there, we'll be hoping to get a good launch and block off the line going into turn 1 on Liam. We've got 5 red lights, and we're away for the start of this 10 lap Grand Prix. Looking on, Car's getting a good launch, but Liam managed to get a better launch. What is Car's going to be able to do to go side by side with Bennett going into turn 1, and bang wheels together, and they managed to hold off on that second place. Looking down below, Scotty is falling down a couple of places. SLH up 7 places already from stuff that has happened on at turn 1, and we've got San who is pointing the wrong way. Looking further up here, we've got Sean Leslinky, looking on at Percival, not going to be able to get the good launch that is required, but who is looking at it is Percival, and they're going to go doing a launch down the inside. Oh, but who does the launch is SLH, who brakes way too late and ends up smashing that brake, the distance to the corner marker board, and absolutely shatters it up 11 places now. We're seeing a battle here ensuing for this 9th position between Joe and Robbo. Is Robbo going to manage to be able to get past here and move up? It doesn't look like it. Joe managing to hold off in 9th place there, but Robbo actually dropping down from Steamed Swede. And that Mercedes now up into 10th place. Robbo really all over the shop and not managing to get around properly. Liam, who started on pole, now down into 15th, has ended up spinning out at turn number 14 and ended up losing a load of places, down 14 places. He was in first for a while there for about 14 corners, but then now that is all changed. On to lap 2, Karts in that Williams is sitting in first place right now with the Aston Martin of Bennett right on close behind. Got that DRS wide open, is in that slipstream. Are they going to go for it? The overtake button is being engaged. Yes, they are going for it, going around straight down the outside. Bennett is going to have the outside line with Cars having that outside line, and there we go. And now it transfers. What is going to happen? Who is going to have that DRS? It looks like it's going to be the Williams of Cars who's going to have that outside line going into turn number 9. And there we go, he manages to make that move up. CJ Drama up to 3rd now, up 3 places. But here we go, Scotty getting that switch back there after the Sauber goes too deep. But wait a minute, Sauber still fighting into it, going into turn 12. And he manages to make that stick. These guys battling out ruthlessly. No inch of the track is safe between these folks. and they are positively, absolutely going for it here. It is a sprint race, only 10 laps, so you may as well just go all in and just go all out here. Go down here to the back. It looks like Sov managing to overtake Piley here, going in, coming out the final corner, but Piley having that better line ends up managing to cut across, and that causes Andrew Pipsmith to get past Sov also. So Sov now down to 16th after losing 2 positions, and now we've got McLaren of San right on their tail. We'll move up to the front of the pack as we see Bennett now getting past Carts by using that DRS on the run up to turn number 6. Moving further down with Slinky and Scotty swapping places, and looking on behind we see Joe getting past Scotty. From Scotty we see the teammate getting past Sean, and now Joe getting past Scotty, and Scotty's now been swallowed up unfortunately by the pack, and now down to 2 positions after Sean has now managed to make up that place again. So technically the Alpines have both swapped places. Looking on right now, Robbo going for the move on Scotty going in, and that was quite a risky move from Robbo, looking on from the back of Scotty as they're going into turn 13 and 14 now, and not managing to go for the move. The Mercedes there is steamed, going all out of shape there, and they're all over the place, not managing to keep that Mercedes in a straight line unfortunately, and that caused them to lose a good few places. Looking on to lose another place to Chrissy here, who manages to have that inside line. The Mercedes goes off the track on the exit of turn 1, and now unfortunately not managing to keep the car in a straight line. I've seen a big lock up there from a driver, didn't manage to see who that was. Sean Mick and Scotty battling it, Sean Mick and Joe, battling that out for that 6th position. We'll move further up and see Carts and Bennett swapping places again. Carts and Nat Williams now getting back up into first place, and this is a battle, and they've both went and collided the interlocked wheels, and now this put Bennett into the wall, and that's allowed CJ Drama to move up. It's going to have that DRS also, and now manages to start pulling away on that gap to Carts. Carts, have they got damage? Nope, they managed to walk away. All good. One who hasn't though is Bennett, who unfortunately drops all the way down to 13th place. Now unfortunately I didn't see what happened with Liam, but is that a case of a similar thing happened again, or was that generally a mistake from Liam? Well, we'll be able to find out maybe after the sprint Grand Prix. Soph getting a 3-second time penalty. That's the 3rd driver to receive a penalty. Steam Seaweed get 6 seconds worth of penalties, and unfortunately it's not going to really affect them at the moment, considering Soph is 3 seconds behind. San and Benedict swapping places there as Bennett, swapping places, but as Bennett has got damage unfortunately. CJ Drama now actually managing to make a gap, 2 Carts in that Williams, and managing to work quite nicely. 1.4 seconds is the gap, 2 Carts in 2nd place. Looking on right now at Joe, are they going to be able to get a move? No, they're not going to be close enough, and Carts SLH hasn't got DRS either, so Carts in a bit of no man's land right now. We'll move further down right now. We'll see if any other driver is going to be going for a move just yet. It doesn't look like it. Calming down just a little out there. Oh, Liam S, get around at turn 3. And Ben has retired from the Grand Prix. Also, Liam, not been in the race, done great in qualifying. Oh, unlucky for a little bit of ghosting there, or that would have been some spicy steamed Mercedes there. We'll move further up right now as you see this battle for 4th place between the RB of Sean going for a move down the outside of turn number 9 there, but that Mercedes holding that shorter line, going around the inside, holding it off, but the RB managing to get a good launch out of it, but not managing to get the car rotated enough, and I think that's because they have damage to that front wing. Yep, no end plates. No end plates on that RB. Let's see as Joe is chasing down 3rd place here, and you can see 2nd place just ahead of him. Carts after CJ Drama has managed to make a 3.4 second gap now to 2nd place as we're on lap 7 now. Going wide there as Joe. That is not very good for the Alpine driver, and that is definitely going to hinder him. SLH coming from 17th on the grid, now up to 2nd place. They're 3.2 seconds away from the leader. Are they going to be able to catch up in time? That is the question. We've only got a few more laps to go. We'll see if they're going to be able to catch up. 3.2 seconds is the gap. They're not going to be able to catch up while they're battling with carts and banging wheels there as they're coming into turn number 9. Williams around the outside. Are they going to manage to be able to hold it off? And yes, they do. Managing to carry that overspeed, but hold on a second. SLH managing to get past there. It looked like carts got told to hand the position back after overtaking off the track. Scotty, 3-second time penalty. That's going to definitely drop them down to 10th place if things stand the way they do. And SLH doesn't look like they're going to be able to catch up to the back of CJ Drama, as that gap is now opened up to nearly 4 seconds now. Looking on right now at carts, so they're going to be able to get past SLH here. This is the battle that's ensuing here for 2nd place. Who's going to be able to walk away with the 2nd place here, and who's going to be on that lower step on the podium. We'll soon see. Looking at cars going around the outside, going into turn 9, moves up into 2nd place. Spectacular move there. Brilliant racing from these two drivers out here. Sean Mick unfortunately fallen down in another place after having that broken front wing, just gathering up as many points as possible. It's not going to be much in the grand scheme of things right now. They've got 2 laps remaining. 5.3 seconds is the gap to Percival behind. We'll see if Sean could keep that gap, or at least stop it from coming in ever quicker. Looking on at the Ferrari of SLH on the penultimate lap. Are they going to go for it? I think the wise strategy would be to hold off for now, but they are going for it. Too much overspeed there for the Ferrari to hold off, and now moves up into 2nd place there. Nice and easy does it. Williams putting in the fastest lap of 126.505. Leslinky and Joe swapping places. Leslinky going up the inside, but hold on a minute, that Alpine is ever resilient and fishtailing it out of the turn 9 there, and now manages to regain that 4th position. Nice battling there, and ever the determined Alpine there nicely does it, chasing down that 3rd position just up ahead. And the gap is just hovering on 1 second. Lislinky slipping off track there at turn 15, and it definitely would have got a warning. They're going to have to be careful with that to make sure they don't end up getting a penalty, or that will drop them down a couple of places, especially considering that Chrissy is right behind them, and same with Sean just behind that. We'll move further up in this battle for 2nd place right now. As you see, SLH is in 2nd, and now going into the DRS zone is the car ahead here. Karts has got that DRS wide open right now. He's hitting that overtake button. He's going for that position, but not just yet. He's waiting until they're going into turn number 9 in order to go for that move. Who is going to be walking out as the victor in this battle? Is it going to be SLH? Is it going to be Karts, Ferrari, or Williams? We've seen battles like this happen many times in the past. A Ferrari or a Williams, what is going to happen? Karts taking the outside line, going into turn number 9. Is it going to work out with SLH having that shorter line? The overspeed is astronomical there on the exit, and he manages to move up into 2nd place. Soph is retired from the Grand Prix in the pit lane. That is not going to affect the outcome, unfortunately. Let's see. CJ now comes around the final corner to take victory in the sprint. Absolutely stellar drive from them, picking up that win. Karts in 2nd, then we've got SLH 3rd, Joe coming across in 4th, 5th for Lislinky, Chrissy 6th, 7th for Sean, and after having that damage, actually managed to increase that gap to Percival, who finished down in 8th. 9th for Scotty. They did end up getting the penalty, but still managing to make the most of it. San in 10th place comes across the line. Now we've got Steamed Swede in 11th, but does end up getting a penalty, so Piley moves up to 11th, and Steamed moves down into 12th, 13th for Robbo by 32 thousandths of a second. And I think that's rightfully so. SLH getting that so CJ Drama walking away with the win. Then we've got Karts in 2nd with SLH in 3rd, Joe in 4th, 5th for Bliss Slinky, 6th for Chris A, Sean MC, and 7th, 8th for Percival, Scotty in 9th, 10th for San. Then we had Piley in 11th, 12th for Steamed Swede. Then we've got Robbo in 13th, 14th for Andrew Pipsmith, Liam Esk, and 15th after a poor first lap. Then we had Soph and Bennett, both the Aston Martins, both did end up retiring from the Grand Prix. So now we're going to be moving on, and I think we're going to be moving on to another qualifying round. And I think it's just going to be a one-shot yet again. So here we go now, we're going to be getting underway for the next qualifying session. And who we'll go on board with is, we'll stay with Bennett for now. As they're coming into turn 1 there, managing to get that car rotated quite nicely there. We'll get the telemetry up, so yep, everyone on the soft tyres yet again. As expected, they're coming into turn number 5 there. Nicely does it. Using up that track on the exit as it does open up, so you could get the car rotated in as carry as much speed as you can on the exit. Now coming into turn 6, does miss that apex, and same with turn 7, unfortunately, not managing to get the car rotated nicely there. But now all the way on the run down into turn 9. Nicely does it around there. Not using up too much of the track on the exit there. Being actually quite careful with the curbs. Acting as if the engine is close to braking, but fortunately enough is not. Now into turn 15 and 16 we go now, and into the final corner. Is it going to be San who gets the pole position? Yeah, if it does, a 123 point something. Then they're missing that. Bennett does end up getting 3rd place, so nicely does it. So 123.880 for San, and that McLaren takes that pole position. Then we've got Carts in P2 again. Bennett's 3rd, 4th for SLH after not managing to make a qualifying in the previous sprint. Chrissy in 5th, 6th for Sean MC. Lewis Slinky in 7th, 8th for Scotty. Then we've got Liam Esk 9th, 10th for Percival Sofa in 11th, 12th for Piley. Then Steven Seawood in 13th. Then we've got Joel Robbo, Andrew Pipsmith and CJ Drama, who unfortunately didn't manage to get a time on the board and did end up invalidating their 1 lap qualifying. So now we're going to be moving on to the next session, which is going to be the main race, a 29 lap Grand Prix around this 5.281 kilometre racetrack, or per miles, that's 3.281 in miles. And the tyres we're using here are the C5 soft, C4 mediums and C3 hard compound tyres. So here we go, getting ready for this 29 lap Grand Prix. We've got most of the grid on medium compound tyres. We've got San in 1st on the hards, SLH in 4th on the hards, Scotty on the hards in 8th, Soph in 11th on hard compounds, and Joe in 14th on the hards. So a little bit of a split. Every second, 3rd or 4th car, has the hard compound tyres fitted. So there we go, see all the drivers lined up back on the grid now. Just waiting for the lights, there we go, 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we're away for the start of this 29 lap Grand Prix. It looks like San managed to get a good start there and getting off the line. Carts in second place, then we've got Bennett in third. Going around turn 1 nicely, does it. Looking down, SLH has actually lost a position to Chrissy, and it looks like they could be losing another place soon too, with Slinky behind. Is that going to be the case? Coming up, looking further back, so we've seen Sean MC now got a full-on front wing, battling out with Liam here for this 7th position. And we've seen a change for the lead there between Karts and San, who we certainly are. Not managing to get a good launch on them hard compound tyres. Will now loses a place at turn 6. Now going down into turn number 9. San looks like they're losing another place to Bennett, who follows that Williams past and is now down into 3rd position. Bennett and the Karts are the ones battling out for the lead right now. Is San going to be able to keep up, or are they going to end up dropping back? As Chrissy is right behind them in that Haas, and they've got a little love tap there up the rear from SLH in that Ferrari. Fortunately enough, no damage to either car there, but the Haas getting right out of shape there on the exit of turn 14, and almost ends up going into the wall before managing to correct it. On to lap 2 we go, and it's Karts who's the first on the 2nd of 29 laps. By just about a quarter of a second. DRS will now be enabled, and we'll be seeing a switch for the lead come up here on the run down into turn 6. Is Bennett going to be able to claim this first place here after getting past San in that McLaren? The DRS is wide open. He's using a bit of that battery to just give that Aston Martin a little bit of a boost. Now going down into turn 6, takes the lead of the Grand Prix, and now an Aston Martin leads this race. You've seen Solf getting a 3-second time penalty, and I think that was Sean and Scotty battling it out there, and Sean actually moves down a couple of places, and it looks like Percival is on the attack here, and is going to go and try and go down the inside. Nope. Not getting close enough, unfortunately. We'll move further up with Slinky, who's right on the rear of SLH, and not letting that Ferrari pull away. And Sean managed to get past Steam there, nicely does it. Going down into turn 12, it's not an overtake you see all the time. Looking on now with Slinky battling for the top 7 here, all battling out for that first place, all within DRS range of one another. Scotty just 1.2 seconds back there, and won't be able to get the DRS. So we've got 2 little DRS trains here that are happening right now. And does it look like, I just heard Karts there lifting off on that accelerator. It's the Haas of Chrissy looking down the inside. Sets the San offline a little, going for turn 7, and is Chrissy going to be able to get a good launch? No, it doesn't look like it was good enough to manage to make up that place. Scotty and Sean swapping places now, and Sean up to 8th now. Steam Seed and Andrew Pipsmith battling it, and CJ battling out there, and that's going to allow Andrew Pipsmith up, and we see CJ Drama off into the wall. Did manage to save it, so doesn't end up wrecking the car. No damage, fortunately enough. So manages to walk away with that. Robbo battling out there with Joel, but manages to get past. And contact there between Andrew Pipsmith and, was that Steam Dweed there? Steam Swede and Andrew, have they got damage? Yep, they've got front wing damage. Are they going to just back it up and try and get into the pits? Oh no, that is bull. That is absolute. That is disgraceful. We shouldn't have got disqualified for that. Certainly not. That is outrageous, I will say. For trying to get the car pointed the right way, end up getting disqualified. Totally disagree with that. And commiserations goes out to the Ferrari driver. Robo there seen getting out of shape and going into the wall and breaks that front wing. Karts though has been overtaken by Bennett, and Bennett now takes the lead of this Grand Prix. Looking on at Chrissy and Sanz. Chrissy is having a look up the inside but ends up getting a snap oversteer, and that opens the door for SLH to now get back past and move up into that 4th place. But hold on a minute, the Haas has got the inside line going into turn 12. And now manages to maintain that 4th position there. Stellar battle in there. Thought the Haas was going to be one to be overtaken there, but fortunately enough that wasn't the case for the Haas driver. On board with Liam right now as they're battling with Les Slinky for that 6th position. Gets a snap oversteer there as they're going around turn 3 and has to end up correcting and ends up sending them offline. Did end up losing a little bit of speed there going around at turn 3, and is that going to hinder them for going on the attack here? It doesn't look like it, using that battery in the slipstream and the DRS. Karts and Bennett swapping places, but right now we're on board with Liam in this battle for 6th position. What is going to happen? He goes down the inside of turn 6, which turns to the outside of turn 7, and with him having that deeper line, manages to get the car going quicker again, but it's not going to have that DRS. Karts and Bennett swapping places again. Cars down into 3rd as San manages to move up into 1st position again. And San now managing to pull in a gap there. Oh, we've seen the Mercedes of Les Slinky go right off the track there at turn 15. And that's certainly not what they would have wanted. That would have cost them a warning at the very least. And if they keep that up, then that will certainly end up leading it to a penalty. Seen it Sean there getting all out of shape. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1. Who is that for? That is for CJ Drama, who is getting caught up in all the drama here, it seems, after now breaking the front wing. And we've got a VSC, virtual safety car. They won't be able to get back around in time to be able to get a pit stop done before the safety car, the VSC, comes back in. They will end up having to, probably by turn 9, it will be coming back in. And Bennett has got a drive-through penalty. They're serving that right away, jumping into the pits as soon as they can. Better call to get that done as soon as possible. Now we're riding right through the pits and they're going to drop them right down, and they're going to be furious with themselves about that. Now, very unique pit lane here, where it actually goes under the track, and there's turn 1, and now as you come around here under the track, there's turn 2, and you join back on and onto turn 3, and he joins on just in front of Piley. Karts and Chrissy swapping places. The Karts actually dropping down into 4th position after San has that gap, and we see Liam going for the lunge there. Absolutely balls of steel there, moves up into 4th position. stellar overtake there going into 4th place into turn 6 on lap 7. Now, are they going to be able to do the same again on the Ferrari just up ahead? But it doesn't look like they're going to be close enough for that, but they are on the charge. Looking on at the tyres right now, we've seen quite a couple of drivers, CJ Drama and Robbo, both after having damage, pitted and are on the hard compound tyres. I'm going to be trying to stretch them as long as possible, see if they can keep them to the end. It's going to be a tough one, but then again, anything can happen. Looking on right now at the sky, it looks like it's going to rain. But is it? That is the question. If anyone is in the chat right now does know, let me know if it is going to rain or not. That would be good to know. Slinky is into the pits and they're slapping on a set of hard compound tyres, so it doesn't look like there are going to be any rain. It looks like it's just going to be overcast weather for now. Looking on right now, SLH is right on the back of Chrissy. And they're going to be able to go for the move, going into turn number 6. Go and have a little look down the inside, but they break that bit earlier so that they could get the DRS yet again, going down into turn number 9, and then they've got the entire sector 3 to be able to protect that position. But the question is, are they going to be able to get close enough to go for it? The move to the right hand side there, yes they are. Round the outside to go on the Haas and move up into 2nd place. Absolutely beautiful overtake there from the Ferrari from so far back there. Now up into 2nd, and there was nothing the Haas could do about that. Liam S getting a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. You don't want that so early in the Grand Prix, especially if there's going to be a safety car later on in the Grand Prix. Now, did Chrissy get close enough? It looks like he did, so he's going to have that DRS. And he's going to have to use a bit of that battery to protect from the attacking Liam right behind, who's been ruthless in these past few laps. Now moving to the left-hand side, and is going to get that 3rd position. Chrissy trying to keep it tight, going around turn 6, but fails, unfortunately. And Liam hasn't got the DRS, so it could be under threat here from Chrissy, but Chrissy has not got the ERS to attack and try and get back that position of 3rd. But hold on a minute, they nearly did there on the exit of turn 9. And Liam manages to finalise that as they're going into the hotel section. Oh, Chrissy getting right up close to the back of Liam there, going into turn 1. They've still got, actually got a car just behind them of carts in that Williams, still going for that position. Who's going to be walking away as the victor in this battle? They could see the lead just up ahead, but they're not close enough to be able to go for a move now. Looking on at Chrissy, and they're using that DRS, moving to the left hand side. They're just waiting for the next opportunity to go for that position. Robbo, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Looking on at Chrissy in this Haas as they move to the inside of turn number 9. Use that DRS to their advantage and now tucks in front of that Red Bull as they go around the corner and now moves up into third place, sorry. Nicely does it from the Haas there. Liam-esque being overtaken by Karts there for that 4th position. Liam going for that undercut on Williams of Karts and Chrissy in that Haas just up ahead, and he'll be hoping that the hard tyres will be able to help him out here and be able to get the better grip that he needs. He's just going to hope to come out in no traffic. Bennett coming into the pits. Sean is staying out, so that could be a little bit of a hindrance as he's coming into turn 1 now. Liam-esque just coming under the tunnel. And it looks like Sean is going to manage to get the overtake on Liam. Yep, he does. But he slots in just ahead of Leslinky, so he's only got one driver to compete with. And that is going to be Sean just up ahead. We'd have hoped to be able to get a little bit further ahead, but unfortunately that is not the case. But he's under threat from Leslinky here. Is Leslinky going to be going for a move going into turn 9? That is the question. This is a battle for the lead here, technically. So we'll have to see. Is San going to end up jumping into the pits yet? Don't think so. They're going to be staying out. Same with SLH. Chrissy and Karts though, when are they going to be coming into the pits? They're going to have to come in soon. Red Bull of Liam going right off the track there on the exit of turn 9. Chrissy into the pits now, trying to cover off Liam here. And Slinky, who pit 3 laps earlier. We'll see when he's going to be able to get them hard compound tyres on. And there we go, there on the car now, and away he goes again. He's been released from the box. Is Liam going to be able to get this undercut done and be able to move up into that next, get past that Haas of Chrissy. Chrissy now coming out, and does the undercut work? Where's Chrissy? No, it doesn't. The gap is still the same, so no undercut or overcut working here, which is actually quite surprising. I would have thought there would be a bit more of a difference, either an overcut being better or an undercut. That's quite interesting. So Liam not managing to be able to move up and get past Chrissy, so failing with that undercut. You got a yellow flag in sector 1. That's for Robbo, I think that was. As the whole grid is in a McLaren sandwich right now. Moving further up, you see Sun just coming across that line. Karts still staying out on them medium compound tyres, even though they are sliding in all over the place like Bambi on ice as they're coming around the final corner. The Alpines of Scotty and Joe are just right behind, and they will be certainly working together as a pair to score as many points as they can for the Alpine outfit. You know, in real life that they haven't been exactly doing the best, but right here it seems that they are sitting 4th and 5th right now, so quite nicely done from them, and they are on hard compound tyres. Piley into the pits now after 12 laps on them medium compound tyres. Looking on just there, we've seen the two Alpines swapping places there as they'll be working together to try and catch up to Karts up ahead. 4.3 seconds is the gap to the car ahead. Chrissy looking on at the back of that RB of Sean. He won't be happy to be sitting behind too long. It is only about a 22-second pit stop here, so San still has quite a bit of leeway and about 2 seconds worth. Karts into the pits now after 13 laps on them medium compound tyres, and will certainly be slipping on them hard compound tyres. Same as Percival, longest runners out on the mediums for this stint. They're going to be dropping right down the order with Slinky. Carts, sorry, actually dropping all the way down to 9th position, although we still have 4 drivers who have still yet to pit, including Soph, who is actually on 13 lap old hard compound tyres, so doing the alternate strategy and seeing if that's going to work out. It certainly will work out if there's a safety car in about 5 to 6 laps time. Sean and Chrissy swapping places. Sean battling back with Chrissy as they're coming into turn 6 there. Chrissy being the resilient one, managing to hold out, having that inside line. But Liam Esk now looking like he's fighting back here and gets up past Sean. Is he going to manage to hold it off? Is he going to go for that next move? That is going to be the question, but he doesn't. He holds off to that 6+1 position is enough for now. Step by step. That is what it takes. Soph being overtaken there by Bennett and San. It was actually San who was in the wall. Oh, jeez. San got a broken front wing, and now he's going to have to jump into the pits, and that's going to be a big annoyance, especially with it being at turn 3 and having so long to go. So SLH has now inherited the lead and moves up into first position. Scotty is actually falling behind Joe here and is actually over a second behind now. We'll go with Liam, who has actually got that DRS but is not going to be close enough to go for a move. Bennett is going to be close enough to Percival here to go for the move. DRS is going to be wide open right now. Is he going to be going for it? Gone into the slipstream here, moving to the right hand side, or is he going to be lifting off? That's the question. He's just going to be braking that a little bit earlier, and now gets the switch back, gets the better line going through turns 6 and 7. But now is the question, is he going to go for it, or is he going to hold off? Moving to the right hand side there, and now around the outside goes Bennett at turn number 9. Percival having that shorter distance around the corner, but having to take a bit of a slower jaunt around it. San into the pits for that new front wing and new tyres, and has went on to the medium compound tyres and going to have to do 14 laps on them unless there is a safety car. Front wing is fitted and away they go now. Looking on at Liam Esk right now, he's waiting for that opportunity going into turn 9, ends up giving that Haas a little lift up on the rear. Now let's see as Liam got what it takes to be able to get past Chrissy here for this 4th position. Moves to the right hand side, he's got the DRS, the Haas didn't, so advantageous there for the Red Bull, and now moves up into 4th place. Now you can see the 2 Alpines just ahead in the distance. Well, one of them right in front of him. With Slinky and Karts swapping places, and Karts moving up into 7th position. Scotty losing 2 places there on the start finish straight to Liam and Chrissy. And that's because Scotty needs to come into the pits and get a new set of tyres on. So these drivers, Liam and Chrissy, both looking good for getting on a good result right now. Technically in the lead of this Grand Prix as things stand at the moment. But Chrissy could be about to go for the move, and yes he is. Moving up to the left hand side, going into turn 6, but gets it done way before the braking zone, and moves up into third position. And I'm not sure if that was Liam giving Chrissy a little love tap, or Chrissy just getting a little bit out of shape there and slipping and sliding all over the place, looking on. So it looks like Liam is going for that move and now moves back up into that third position. Now he's got that Alpine just ahead of him, just over a second, now falling under that second gap. Looking on from the rear wing of that Alpine, who looked like they were going to go into the pits there, but ends up cutting it a bit too much and ends up actually messing it up, unfortunately. Now he's just holding up Liam and Chrissy after SLH has now jumped into the pits. I don't think Joe planned on jumping in just yet, but now ends up... Did he brake in time to be able to get the DRS? That's the question. It doesn't look like it, and he's already been overtaken by 3 drivers here before the DRS has even been activated. So now Liam takes the lead of this Grand Prix. Not going to have the DRS next time around, going down into turn 9. Rob will get a 3-second time penalty. Let's see if Chrissy is going to be able to manage to make it past. Liam here moves to the left hand side. He's going to try and take that inside line, not leaving a lot of space there, but still fair and square. Chrissy knew he was getting himself into, and actually going off the track a little there to try and make that move stick. Up into first place they go. Liam getting a 3-second time penalty, another one. Now on 6 seconds worth. Scotty into the pits now. And has Joe pit yet? No, Joe hasn't pit yet in that Alpine, so that's actually quite interesting. And Scotty's just in for their pit stop now. Looking on, we can see this battle for the lead, and this is definitely going to be heating up more and more each and every lap we go. William just sitting patiently waiting for that perfect opportunity, which is going to be down into turn 9, as he'll be able to use the DRS to attack and won't have to worry about it again until after turn 5. Going for it now, and gets closed off just before he got there, and almost ends up going into the back of the Haas. A bit of a late move there, but that was on both parts there. Got a yellow flag in sector 1. That is Robbo off again, unfortunately. Not managing to hook it up the correct way. And now drop even further down. Joe is now into the pits. Because that is bull. He was on the track. Quit lying, yeah. So Sean Mick into the pits also. Unsure if they just got a penalty, a front wing change or not. But we're looking on at Liam-esque now, battling with Chrissy for the lead of this Grand Prix as we're on lap 20 now. He's not going to go for it just yet. He's not using that battery to its full effect yet. Cars looking like they're going to be overtaken by SLH. Going side by side as they're going around at turn 6 and 7. SLH looking at moving up. There we go, nicely does it. Chrissy is the one who looks like there's going to be overtaken here, as you got the attacking Red Bull there. Both of them fighting tooth and nail there for that first position, and both of them wanting to be up on that top step. Of course, Chrissy is at the advantage right now, as he doesn't want Liam-esque to get ahead, and managed to create a 3-second gap that he needs, or risk end up getting a 3-second time penalty himself. On to lap 21 we go. Chrissy is the one who is the first one on that lap. San getting past the Slinky there at the final corner there, nicely does it. Is Liam gonna lick the stamp and send it just yet? Doesn't look like it. He's being ever careful, just using that DRS to keep within a certain distance. But now goes for it down the inside, going into turn 6, has too much overspeed. Now goes up into first place, but he's going to be vulnerable here from that Haas behind, as that Haas is going to have the DRS going down into turn 9. But is that going to make a difference? Using a bit of that battery there to try and boost them along. Liam S holding out, keeping that inside line, and now holds on to that first position, with Chrissy actually going off the track there. Could possibly have ended up getting a penalty, a warning, sorry, towards a penalty. That is unsure if that is going to happen. Lap 21 we are on now, about to go into lap 22. We move further up to the leaders here, who are just getting to this DRS zone now. And Chrissy actually fighting to try and get the car straightened up there. I think he's a controller user by the movements on the steering wheel. But he actually holds off, but he's using the battery. That is an unusual combination. And he gets out of shape there, tapping the rear of Liam Esk here. That battery is drained. He's got no more power left in that Haas, in that Ferrari engine. He's certainly going to have to tone it down a bit. Bennett and Sean battling it out here for that 7th position. What is going to be the case? Chrissy, Chrissy, go for it, going into turn 12. That is highly unusual. Moving back down to Sean, and Sean taps the rear of Bennett, and Bennett gets out of shape and now ends up losing that place. But Sean, being the nice guy, gives him the position back. That is nicely done, I will say, from Sean. Scotty defending Jules, battling out with Percival for that 10th position. And just ahead we've got Scotty, Sean and Bennett all battling out for that 7th position. Move up to the leaders right now is Chrissy sitting in 2nd place. He's been struggling a little bit as of the past lap. So we'll see if the tyres are agreeing with that car or not. Sean right on the back of Bennett here, but also is Scotty. Moving further up to Sean and San and Carts there, I think it was it? No, that was actually the other McLaren. And Scotty bailing up the inside, but is going to have to hand that position back, and might end up losing another position to the Red Bull of Percival here. And yep, that is the unfortunate circumstances that do happen if you end up running a bit deep. We end up seeing actually worse things happen just at the weekend there with Magnussen, and I think was it Pierre Gasly he ended up hitting, and it was a bit severe, I will say, in order to end up giving him a race ban. First driver for that to happen in the past 12 years. So records are there to be broken, I suppose. Looking on right now, SLH managing to get a good launch and good run around turn 3, battling with Chrissy for that 2nd place. SLH now moving up into second place there. Now they've got the leader just ahead of them, who's going to be walking away with the win here. They're on lap 24. Percival, we've got Sean and Percival battling it. Bennett, battling it out. Just behind that, Percival being overtaken by both the Alpines, but could come back at them. Bennett not having that DRS, so won't manage to get past. But those who will are the Alpines, who made their lunge going down into turn 5, and both up past Percival, who didn't have any DRS, but that is going to switch around right now. Forming a good wall there between both the Alpines. And oh, Scotty in 9th. So now we'll move on to lap 25 in this Grand Prix. We've got 5 laps remaining, including this one. Battle for first place is on, as these top 4 drivers are all battling out with like crazy carts. Chrissy, SLH and Liam Esk. Who is going to be the one to walk out on that top step? Who's going to be the loser out of these 4? We will have to wait and see and find out in just over 6 minutes time. Ish. One driver who it won't be is Liam, who's actually around, and we've got a safety car on the... We've got a safety car. It would have been kind of funny if it was a Mercedes and a Red Bull in first and second, but yeah, unfortunately. So safety car this lap, everyone is going to be jumping in for a set of softs. So Slinky has already done that. So, oh, SLH and Chrissy both staying out, carts into the pits, and under VSC or safety car, it's about a 13 to 15 second gap. So carts now in. Now is going to be jumping back out in 4th position, so only losing 1 position, so it's worth it. Liam having to come in to get a front wing change. We're going to see a lot of drivers jumping in on them soft tyres, and we've just seen the Red Bull of Percival unfortunately have to wait ages to be able to get done, and there we go, now he gets done, and that has dropped him down a good few places. Looking on at the position changes right now, we've got both first and second are up 3 places from 4th and 5th. Joe is up 9 places. Liam Esk is up 1 place, and CJ Drama up 6 places right now. We'll continue to see how things are going to unfold in the closing moments as we wait for the rest of the pack to catch up, and I think maybe we'll get going on lap 28. Yep, safety car this way. Yep, it is especially downer on yourself. He was sitting battling for that first place, and now on used tyres. It's going to be a tough one. You see Kyle Ireland in the chat also. Welcome along, Kyle. Abu Dhabi. Very insightful. We're going to end up getting the safety car coming in this lap, or is it going to wait another lap? And is it going to be a last lap sprint? If so, SLH will be wanting this to continue on. Nope, it's going to be in at the end of this lap, and I think Steamed and Soph may just be able to catch up in time. It is quite an early call, so the pack will be getting all backed up right now. So here we go now, getting ready to get underway, racing again. There's only going to be 2 laps of racing left in this Grand Prix. SLH is going to be the one who's taking us away, and he's got Chrissy right behind on them older hard tyres, which is going to be the better. Is it going to be the mediums or the hards at this moment in the stage? Is cards on them soft tyres going to be able to get past? And it's going to be tough as there's not going to be any DRS. San getting a 3-second time penalty. Looking on at the time penalty situation, SLH is the only one in the top 5 besides Carts who has got a penalty. Who hasn't got a penalty. Looking on right now, Carts now getting past San as they made a terrible launch out of turn 5. Chrissy getting close to the back of SLH in that Ferrari for the lead, but will have to end up making a 3-second gap to the leader to the second place in order to get that win. Looking on right now, Liam getting past Joe dropping down 2 places, San getting passed by Sean there, and being on them old tyres not working out the best. And Cart's actually being held up by these 2 just up ahead. We've got a yellow flag in sector 3, and that is Liam Esk, whose day has not been great, unfortunately. And looking on from Carts right now, who is in the running for the win here, as SLH won't have the DRS when it comes active, and that is going to allow Carts the chance to move up. CJ Drama now ending up retiring from the Grand Prix on the penultimate lap. Carts on these soft compound tyres right now, looking on at a win. Can they pull it off? They're trying to get past Chrissy in Haas, just ahead of them in second place. They're going to have that DRS, they're using up all that battery. They better get into that slipstream in order to try and pull away and move up into second place. It's 205 mile an hour there as they're coming down into turn 6. Chrissy ever battling, being so defensive there, trying to hold on to that second place. That's going to end up costing them, and they're going to end up moving down even further. But Cards is not managing to get past the Haas, as the Haas is fighting ever ferociously, going to take that outside line going into turn 2. Now, turn number 9, sorry, to move it up into second place. Now he's only got the Ferrari just ahead of him. Is he going to have enough left in the tank to go for that move? He's using all of that battery even through the corners, which is actually quite surprising because it's not going to be helping them either on the traction. Coming out of turn 14, he's going to have the outside line. It's going to be a better line going around turn 15. No, it's not. Not managing to get the traction needed. SLH is going to come home and win the Grand Prix just by a quarter of a second. Absolutely stellar drive from SLH. They're deciding not to pit and holding off there. But all that was dedicated to Chrissy there in that stellar defence there at the end of the Grand Prix. there we'll have it, folks. That is the final of Division 2. There we go, SLH getting that well-deserved win there, been stellar all evening here, folks, winning the, coming up with good distance in the sprint race, also managed to get a third place there, and from the back of the grid and now managed to get the win here in the main race, coming up from 4th position, so well done there, Cards. Unfortunately, in the end, if there was one more lap, or if he didn't have Chrissy in front of me, he would have walked away with the win, but that was not the case here tonight. Bennett getting that 3rd position there. Then we had Sean in RB in 4th, 5th for San. Then we had Chrissy in 6th, 7th for Percival, Slinky in 8th, 9th for Joe, Piley in 10th, 11th for Scotty, 12th for Soph, Steamed Swede in 13th, CJ Drama unfortunately retiring, and same with, Robbo being a lap down, but still both being classified as 14th and 15th. Robbo did get the fastest lap, unfortunately was a lap down, 1 minute 26.119, and the Liam-esque unfortunately 2 lap downs also, and the Ferrari was the one who did not manage to make it to the end. It was Andrew Pip Smith. Yep, it certainly was a sweaty last couple of laps there, and you certainly do have to pay it off for Chrissy there. He was doing an absolute stellar defence, defending like a lion, as one Fernando Alonso would end up describing it as. But one thing that has been to note is Bennett, San and Chrissy will all be moving up to Division 2 for next season. And until then, from me, it has been an absolute pleasure to commentate on this season finale here in Division 2. Brilliant racing out there tonight, folks. Until next time, from me, it is peace out.